You're still watching the Eastern Business Report right here on the Afia Business Morning, and I am Marvelous Apuamaga. The flag-off of free distribution of farm inputs, the second in each series, took place on Saturday, with farmers receiving various farm inputs like fertilizers, pesticides, grains, and tractors for various agricultural purposes. In a speech during the flag-off, the Enugu State Governor Peter Mbah restated that his commitment to agriculture, highlighting that over 40,000 bags of fertilizer and other grains and farm inputs will be given out to farmers. He said completion of the farm estates across the state will ensure food security in the state, adding that the College of Agriculture, Iwollo, will be upgraded to a University of Agriculture with an additional campus at Uzo-Uwani.
It gives me great joy to be here today to flag off the distribution of over 40,000 bags of free fertilizers and other agro inputs. Our farmers are the backbone of our communities, the hands that till the soil and bring food to our tables. Without you, there is no sustenance, no prosperity, and no growth. Agriculture is the sector that makes the most percentage contribution to our GDP and to the national economy, and employs the highest number of Nigerians. But it has neither received the attention nor the investment it deserves. For us, it is not just about voicing agriculture's potential. We also demonstrate our commitment. It's about putting our money where our mouth is. That is why we are establishing 200-hectare farm estates in each of the 260 political wards in Enugu State.
In a welcome remark, the chairman in Enugu North Local Government area, Dr. Ibina Kono, applauded the governor's commitment to rural development through agriculture.
Excellency, today is a demonstration of the fact that you're the governor that does the very big thing, but at the same time, the governor that also does the small thing. Your Excellency, I remember the distribution of farm inputs to farmers from every ward, from every community in Enugu State. It's a demonstration of the fact of the promise that you made to Enugu in 2022. And you are doing everything towards ensuring that all the things that are contained in your manifesto, that they come to life. Today is a demonstration of that fact. Your Excellency, in the agricultural sector, you are doing wonders. Your Excellency, at the moment, we have farm estates going on in the various wards of Enugu State. Your Excellency, what you're trying to achieve is to move Enugu from a state of consumption or to a state of production. Your Excellency, for
Romanus Eze, Chairman of Farmers Association, expressed heartfelt thanks on behalf of Enugu farmers, saying they've never had this good.
Continue to demonstrate that increasing each year increase in another level. Last year, a lot of inputs were distributed, fertilizer. For the first time, we're having free fertilizer. Even those peasant farmers in the local governments who are profiled got fertilizer. You can look around. What you are just seeing is just a demonstration. He did not stop at that. He promised that Enugu farmers, he does understand that we're having challenges of tractorization, mechanization. And he said, Enugu farmers cannot continue using all the instruments, cutlass and hoe. That this time around, we are not going to produce to feed ourselves, but we produce as a business for export. And he promised us 1,000 tractors. Before then, I don't think we have a functional tractor in Enugu up to 5 functional. I know what I'm saying. But some people were saying, could it be possible? We didn't talk of 50, we didn't talk of 100, but 1,000 tractors. Today, we have received 100 tractors, another 100 is just arrived, and the factory is here producing brand new tractors for Enugu.
Honorable Patrick Uburu, Commissioner for Agriculture and Agro-Industrialisation, commended the governor for his commitment and magnanimous disposition towards revitalization of agriculture.
I'm overtly excited to see that what started like a joke pre-election is now crystallizing as reality. We are aware that when His Excellency Dr. Peter Ndubuisi Mbah was seeking the mandate of Enugu on agriculture specifically, he promised to transform agriculture. Not only just in transformation of agriculture, ensuring that Enugu are fed very well, that we produce what we eat and eat what we produce, that we also turn agriculture to business so that we can be exporting agricultural produce outside Enugu and even beyond Nigeria. But in doing that, he said he will massively invest in agriculture. Those things have been seen come to life today in Enugu State. Not only the new investments, but even rehabilitating and reviving the moribund assets, the old assets of value to Enugu that has to do with value addition to agriculture. For instance, we talked about the Enugu State United Palm Products. You need to go to all our palm plantations, and see what is happening there. There is a revival. There is a rehabilitation of those plantations with processing facilities being attached to it so that we can add value to agricultural products. And we also know, too, that when he came, he thought it wise to expand our agricultural space, our land space, because most of our lands were developed in the 60s, in the 70s, and population have escalated. Cultivating on those lands cannot meet our production, let alone meet our domestic need. And he said we are going to add.
Joining me now in the studio to give more insights on this is Dr. Patrick Uburu, Commissioner for Agriculture and Agro-Industrialisation in Enugu State. You're welcome on the program, Dr. Patrick.
Thank you, Mr. Patrick Mwabeze Uburu, PhD in bracket, the doctor with whom the reality in about 3 weeks' time.
Oh, okay. We are manifesting it ahead of that.
Okay, thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome. So tell us, what motivated this agro scheme? The distribution of inputs that happened on Saturday. What is the government aiming to achieve through it?
Thank you, marvelous, right?
Yeah.
The obvious remained that His Excellency the Governor was prepared for leadership. And in doing that, I think he studied the economy of Enugu and Nigeria and know the particular sector that drives the economy. And one of those sectors is agriculture. And what you see in Enugu today is not just maybe something that somebody just wakes up. It's not a knee-jerk approach to agriculture. It's a planned system, a strategic move to ensure that we expand our productive capacity. One, most importantly, food is very important to man. And we must make sure that we produce what we eat and eat what we produce. We also make sure that in doing that, because you also heard the governor say very quite frankly, agriculture employs in excess of 70% of our population. You understand? Both Enugu population and that of Nigeria. So it's very important that this deliberate approach are being taken to strengthen the agricultural sector. And that's exactly what His Excellency is doing in line with his vision. So free distribution of farm inputs is one of the responsibilities that the government has decided to do. Maybe you go to other states, you see where they subsidize agricultural input. But for him, the governor, it's important to support the farmers, extending these free inputs and also creating an opportunity for mechanization to happen. You understand? So these things are things already that was embedded in his manifesto and promises that is being met today. So it's not, like I said, for me, I'm not surprised because I've been close to him and I've seen that he was prepared. Everything we do is in line with the strategy, his plans for agriculture.
Yeah.
So the distribution started last year in giving out free input, and we saw, because we look at, you ask, what do we intend to achieve? What we intend to achieve is to expand our production base, to ensure that, yes, our farmers are encouraged to go back to the farm. You know, before the governor took up, you know, price of agricultural products was very high. But today, it's coming down, you understand, because of the support from the government. And we intend, and we hope that by next year, drastically it will, you know, be reduced.
Yeah, so is this going to be a long-term thing? It happened last year, it's happening this year.
Yes, we will continue to support the farmers on a year-to-year, you know, basis to also ensure that, yes, we take over that pride of place for Enugu State. In the 1960s, Enugu State economy, then the southeastern economy, was driven by agriculture. And that's where we're going back. You understand? So it will continue on a yearly basis.
So from the ones that were distributed last year, how did you hear any testimonies from the farmers? How were they able to manage it?
Honestly, like I said, it's a deliberate, you know, plan to doing that. And in doing that, we made sure that we identified who the farmers are. And the farmers are testifying. You need to be around last year when these inputs are being distributed. There's a particular woman, so specifically, about within the age of 60, about 65 years old, that was testifying that since for more than 30 years that she had not seen any government give farmers free input, that this one is just very surprising to him. And besides, too, when you go to the market and see how the price of, for instance, garri has come down. Last year we buy garri for 3,000, but this year one penta is about 1,000 or thereabout. The same with other, you know, farm produce. Again, too, we're very, very deliberate. The government is deliberate about what it's doing. So, and when you see us talk about increasing our productivity of cassava, increasing productivity for rice, increasing productivity for maize, these are the basic agricultural products that will help the economy to thrive. So we'll be doing it on a yearly basis until we get to the target which the Excellency have set for Enugu State. Thank you.
So beyond the fertilizers that were distributed on Saturday, that was also distributed last year, we saw tractors given to these farmers. Were they trained on how to use these technologies, on how to maintain them and also maximize them?
Okay, sure. Yeah. Just this morning, we are compiling the names of the youths that will go for training on the tractor, operation of the tractor, and even the, you know, and maintenance of the tractor. We have drawn from across the local governments 33 youths that will start training by Saturday, you understand, to ensure that these tractors are well utilized. And you know, before now, like you heard the chairman of the All Farmers Association testify that we never had like 5 functional tractors. And even where we have, those tractors are privately owned. Now, when the governor came, he decided, apart from the new tractors that he has brought into Enugu, he also decided to rehabilitate the ones that government had before. So now we have functional tractors. Then on the neutral tractor, let me speak there specifically. He has promised to bring in 1,000 tractors. 200 tractors will be coming in fully assembled from Denmark. Then 800 of it will be assembled here with the Enugu State Neutral Tractor Assembly Plant and Servicing Center. Nearly completed now. And there we'll have massive training of our youths, you understand, on tractor operation and maintenance. So we expect a massive job to come out from that singular investment. You know, it's a huge investment, you understand, and that is a holistic approach to economic growth. You understand? So getting our youth trained is just part of the program.
Talking about youth training and, you know, youth's involvement in agriculture. We know how most youths see agriculture as, let me say, a stressful occupation. Let me put it that way. And agriculture is something that holds our society dearly. It's something that is a very core part of the society, a very core part of our GDP. How is the government making agriculture attractive to young people? He's talking about turning Iwollo University to an University of Agriculture. How is he making this agriculture attractive to young people to want to get engaged?
Okay, like I said that this government is deliberate in all its projects and programs. When the governor came in, we set up Enugu State Youth Farmers Association, headed by Honorable Ken Eze. And that association, the government also deliberately decided to send them for intensive agricultural training, integrated farming, and other specific value chains. As I speak to you, we have in excess of about 20,000 youths trained across our agencies. For instance, the AFAD and the other donor agencies have trained about 7,500. But we as government, as Enugu State Government, we've also trained more than 10,000, youths, you understand, scattered all over the local governments, doing well. And you will know that when you train one youth, automatically you have trained like 5 to 10 people. Because by the time they, start applying their trade, they're going to employ people, they're also going to train them. So that is what we are happening. That is the ripple effect we're experiencing and that we're enjoying from what we did between 2023 and 2024, and we're still sending our youths for training. Again, is that you ask, how do we make it attractive? That is why the mechanization is coming, to make agriculture easy, to take away drudgery from agriculture. And again, there are also other new new initiatives, like the greenhouse, adoption of greenhouse technology, where you could, do a lot of things in a controlled environment. We have a lot of youths being trained on hydroponics. You understand? And they make a lot of money from it. So for us in Enugu, I think Enugu should be the state taking the lead in terms of youth involvement in agriculture. If you are in my office this morning, you will see a lot of them in my office this morning, helping the ministry also to reach out to other agencies. We have the youth also that we sent them to the prisons to train the inmates there on how to, better their life if they live there using agriculture. So I think by the special grace of God, what we're doing with the youth will replace our aging population in terms of those who practice agriculture. We're on course. I assure you that.
Yeah, we learned that the inputs will be given to farmers who are only registered. My question is, how was this registration done? Can you walk us through the registration process for farmers? What process did the government use to register these farmers to make sure that the list is genuine and there are no ghost farmers there?
Yes, when we started the process of registration and also even harmonizing the list of farmers that are available in other agencies of government or other donor agencies, we sent in our extension workers to local governments. One, to collect their data. We have parameters which we use in collection of data. We request for their name, we request for their phone number, we request for their NIM. You understand? Those basic things that at least only one person can have. Also, we request for the location of their farm and their geo coordinates. So with this, it is nearly impossible for one person or two people to have one specific farm or geo coordinates, you understand? And we also try to do random sampling on whether these informations which are being supplied to us by farmers are true. We visit the farmers. For instance, at in Aniri, maybe Obanku to be precise, we go to the farm with them. You see us, even me as commissioner, they see me go to the farm and work with them. And we have some of these farmer groups. They are in groups. We have them as cooperatives. You understand? That also have leaders that we can verify that, yes, these farmers who are being registered, that they have a farm. You understand? And the joy is also that the distribution is not in proxy. We distribute straight to the farmers, those who will have there are details with us who also have verified that these are real farmers. And the distribution of this year will go to ward. Will go down to the ward. You understand? The flag off has taken place. The next step is now taking this item down to the local government and inviting those farmers that have been registered on their ward basis. They will come and pick it. I'm not going to give it to somebody to go and give to the farmers. We know these farmers. And we have the system, you understand, to checkmate, ghost farmers. Don't want to say political farmer, because I'm a politician and I'm a farmer.
Yeah, I was going to that. You talked about this initiative is, it's directed to rural farmers. And you talked about an NIN, getting their NIN for registration. But we know that most of these people in rural areas, most of them do not have NINs. So how did you go about that?
That's not true. Most of them have NIN. Most of the things we do now in Nigeria requires that NIN. You understand? Most of them have NIN. Most of them have telephone numbers. You understand? When they don't have NIN, we encourage them to go and get and come and complete the registration.
Okay.
You understand? Most times they won't even come with the geo coordinates. We encourage them to go get their geo coordinates.
Okay.
Where they cannot operate, they should ask their children to help them operate.
Okay.
These are parameters we need to put in place. You understand? To ensure that yes, when government plan, they plan for the real farmers. When government give out inputs, they give out the input to the real farmers, so that the inputs will not, trek themselves away from Nigeria, from Enugu State, within the shores, out of the shores of Enugu State, I mean to say. Because you find that at the front, you see inputs working out of the Enugu. And if it's not utilized in Enugu here, we will not get the output. So these things are practical things that we should try. And I told you, this government is deliberate. It's a government that said, I want to see outcome of whatever we are doing. You understand? A government that is sincere to itself. You understand? When you have a leader that is sincere to what he wants to do, the outcome will be simple. You get my point? So these farmers, like we said, and like the governor has instructed, will see these farmers carry their fertilizer. You understand? Themselves. We won't send somebody to give them. You get my point? So we are deliberate and we are following it up. And we have the people, the staffs and the Minister of Agriculture who have now been, motivated, inspired by what His Excellency is doing to do the right thing.
All right, Mr. Patrick, let's talk about the agric insurance premium. The government has commenced payment. I'd like you to tell us what this is about and, give us more insights on this.
Okay, you see, last year in 2024, we had incidences where flood, affected some of our farmlands owned by our smallholder farmers at Aniri. We had incidences of flood. Within Iwollo, we had incidences of flood. And even Uzo-Uwani, those areas that, that are bordered with river and flowing waters. So, and the government deemed it necessary that we should also, hedge against climate-related disasters like the flood. And again, what about drought? There are issues that obviously the farmers cannot, predict. These are unforeseen circumstances that definitely can come from time to time as a result of climate issue. You understand? So, and the government feel we should at least begin the process of, securing the investment of our farmers, and also putting our farmers through to also know the importance of insurance, so that when such natural disasters happen, they don't lose out totally. You understand? There will be compensation from the insurance company. That's exactly what the government has just done. And we're going to do this for the next 4 years. You understand?
So after 4 years, what will happen?
Yes, by then, by the special grace of the farmer will have understood what insurance, the importance of insurance. Then, if the government want to continue, we will. But for now, our plan is to do it for 4 years. You understand? 4 consecutive years.
All right, Mr. Patrick, before we let you go, Governor Mbah has set a target of building a $30 billion economy. To what extent will this initiative contribute towards achieving that goal?
Oh, obviously it will, because what is going to happen, apart from the investment, like for getting that 30 billion done, we also have opportunity for private investors to invest in agriculture in a large scale. That is the essence of the land bank, initiative which the governor has initiated. And we have had a couple of private investors, both local and international, that have signed MOU with the state government to help develop agriculture massively. That is where the 30 billion is coming from. And for the smallholder farmers who produce the greatest number of our agricultural produce. You see, when the farm estate comes on board, the farm estate is designed in a manner that it's going to turn agriculture to business. Because on 1 hectare, a smallholder farmer cultivating on 1 hectare knows that the 1 hectare is too much for him to just cultivate for him and his family. So there's opportunity for him to sell excess. And the government has positioned to sign an offtake agreement with the farmers through the Enugu State Marketing Board to enable the farmer make money and have the inspiration to go back the next year. You understand? Now, that will cause what we call full agricultural revolution. Because once agricultural revolution is achieved, then industrial revolution will now come in, where we begin to denature our agricultural produce and turn them into finished goods, packaged, well labeled, and the rest, and for export. So Enugu is now the destination for such investment, and that is why the $30 billion is something that is achievable and even to be surpassed.
Thank you so much, Mr. Patrick, for joining us today. Our time is fast spent.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
And that's the much we can take on the Eastern Business Report today. Until I see you tomorrow for another edition of the Afia Business Morning, I am Marvelous Apuamaga. Many thanks for watching.
Thank you, Marvelous.